good day, good morning, depending on where you're hearing from. My name is Chief Lady Aqueen Ibeto, and I am the President of Ohaneze Ndiigbo, UK and Ireland. This gathering is as regards to our prior meetings we've had with the President General in the person of Chief Dr. Engineer Emanuel Iwuanyanwu, the President General of Ohaneze Ndiigbo worldwide. And here with me today is the President Emeritus, on my right, Chief Anthony Ajidwa Odogwabe, who happens to be one of the past President Emeritus. And the next person on my right is Dr. Nana Igwe, the immediate past President of Ohaneze Ndiigbo, UK and Ireland.
Ohaneze Ndiigbo, UK. Former President Dr. Igwe Ajidwa, a member of a senior leader, a member of Ohaneze Ndiigbo, and all other people around. I want to very heartily welcome you to this special meeting. And of course, as you know, this is perhaps my last meeting during this my tour of tour of Europe and America. I arrived here in July. I held my first meeting with you on 15th of July, and I've had a very happy and very successful meeting with you. I must say I am very impressed, and congratulations. I want to thank you for all the efforts you have made. I have seen in you and your executive a very serious commitment to serve Igbos, because Ohaneze is simply a manifestation of our desires to serve our people, to create a new Igbo land, an Igbo land where we can have live structures which the younger people can stand on to have a better future. So you are doing very well, and I'm very highly impressed. During that period, we have held so many meetings, but the most disturbing thing was that I found out that there was a faction. So there was a faction here in Ohaneze, and it worried me so much. And in fact, I noticed a faction there even before I became the President General, because I visited London last year. Then I was Chairman Council of Elders. When this was reported to me, I got back and I discussed this with the then President General, Professor Ubiozo, who told me the efforts he has already made to resolve the problem in London. And from what he told me that this executive was properly elected. Executive under Aqueen Ibeto, that's the president of, was properly elected. We have there was a electoral committee. There was all the processes enumerated in our constitution was adhered to. And then after an election, Aqueen Ibeto won the election. People raised objection. They didn't actually challenge the victory of the election. There is nobody who is contesting that he was denied, he won, and it was taken away from him. I have held meetings and I could not see anybody who would come to say the election was rigged, the election was manipulated. I didn't hear that. All they said is that is a woman. That is all the point they're making. And that in Igbo land, a woman cannot be President General of Ohaneze, President of Ohaneze in London. Frankly speaking, that issue is a matter that has to go back to the Imobi and Constitution. What is before us is whether the election that brought a Aqueen position was properly conducted. I think, like my predecessor also agreed, I am also convinced that that election was properly conducted and that Aqueen won the election. And in fact, I have, even as a mark of respect and as a part of my effort to avoid faction, I didn't take decision. I could have taken a decision to say, look, forget about it. I went into the matter. I carried out. I heard from all sides. I spent hours with the two sides in my house here, and I asked questions. Even the person who is the president of the other group, I asked him whether he contested the election. He didn't contest the election. And then, see, the man who was the president who handed over to the incoming president, Dr. Igwe, was present. And he told me, confirmed that an election was held. And after the election, Queen Ibeto won. And then he, as the former president, have handed over to Aqueen Ibeto. He told me that. I asked the president with them, I think it's Stanley also. I think his name is, I think Stanley. What that? I think it's Stanley. And I asked him uh, whether he contested. He said he didn't contest. Then how did you become the president? Because you can only form a faction, become president, if election was conducted and you didn't, and you feel that you were cheated and you were rigged out. So you come. I asked him here. He said he didn't contest that election. So in effect, he was just unpicked from somewhere and made a chairman. I don't think it's constitutional in our system. So I I wanted the both sides to come here today. I was surprised when I got a message from one of them that they will not come, that they think I will declare that Aqueen is the president, so they won't come. I told them, well, that myself, Emanuel Iwuanyanwu, I'm above all this type of blackmail. I'm not, nobody can blackmail me. The truth, I have lived over 80 years uh, pursuing the truth, professing the truth, and acting the truth all the time. I cannot, under any situation, change at this my old age. In this situation, I am convinced what I'm doing is correct. I'm convinced that I'm correct. Uh, yes, the Igbo tradition has got limitation for women and so on. You see, the truth about it, in the Constitution, we didn't actually look at situations in America, in London, and so on. But you see, if you look at the Constitution, there is no there's no women organization in America or in London, all these places. So there will be a reason. So I think really we are going to go back to look at that. But if this case was brought up before the election, maybe we could have taken some steps. But since this was not brought up before the election, there is no way we can do anything to pull down a structure that is properly built. We have a president who has established and who is doing very well and who has already done, and you say because he's a woman, we are going to destroy the structure and then put up a man there. I think it's not fair under any condition. That is why I'm worried. And you see, it's very, very, what surprises me, the same group of people were there when about 6 years ago, this woman, first of all, was elected as deputy president. He was deputy president, a position he held for 4 years. He held it for 4 years, and everybody knows that whoever is deputy president is a potential president. Because even if the president dies, the next person to succeed him is the deputy. But this didn't happen. So these people allowed it, and it just come at the middle of and to say that the structure should be dismantled. I don't think it's in interest of Ohaneze, just in interest of Igbos, and I will be doing the wrong thing if I listen to that advice and then dismantle a structure that has been serving Igbo land very faithfully and very honestly. So I believe that I'm appealing to them. I'm appealing to them because the tenure is only in about 2 years' time. There will be another election. By then, the constitution will now look into the issues about women and then the office they can hold. But I am thinking that in places where there is no woman wing, like in diaspora, if there is no woman wing in diaspora, I think it will not be very fair not to tell women to contest, actually, if there is no woman wing. But this is a matter for the Constitutional Drafting Committee. But in at home, which is the main body, we can follow all our culture and our tradition. But as I said, these are going to be handled by the Constitutional Drafting Committee, and that definitely by next year, we're going to have a new constitution. But I'm appealing to the group in London. I'm appealing to them because they should not take the path of going to uh, uh, create problem, go to use press to destroy the image of Ohaneze, because that's what we see most of the time. That Igbos continue to destroy themselves, and it is not in anybody's interest. Because you see, once you destroy own leadership, you are pointing the hand on yourself because people will believe it's the way Igbos behave. So I'm appealing to them, frankly speaking, that they should now come together to the president, Aqueen Ibeto, and then work with him, work with her to ensure that Ohaneze in London uh, is advanced to a point where they can help to get Igbos out of our present problems. We have a lot of problems because I have told you my plan. I want to transform Imo State, Igbo land. I want to transform Igbo land. I want to ensure that the Igbo land we are going to leave for the younger ones will be an Igbo land where all of them will be very proud of. We are going to improve our infrastructures. We are going to have harbors where our traders can bring their goods. We are going to improve the airports. We are going to improve transportation such as railways. We are going to create more cities so that we'll have some modern cities. We are going to even look at our culture, advance our culture to a different level. We have a lot to do, and no one person can do it. We require everybody, we require them to assist us because among them are very brilliant and good people. They're very good people. Let them, at this point, uh, put Igbo first. Know that what the path they want to pursue is going to be very detrimental to Igbo land because it's not going to be easy because to dismantle this building, this structure that has been already set up and very ably set up. After 2 years, Mrs. Ibeto cannot contest at any time. Even if women are allowed to contest, she cannot. So the best thing is for them to rally around her and let them work together to make sure that the Ohaneze succeed in UK. And of course, I have told you people in particular this time that I'm reorganizing Ohaneze into continental because I noticed that diaspora is a major source of power and strength of Igbo land. So I'm reorganizing Ohaneze into continental groups. We now will have officially a continental European, a continent of Europe. We have Ohaneze with headquarters in London. So London is going to play a major role. And you see, even if they come back, if those groups come back with Ibeto, even we have a lot of opportunities for them to serve. If actually what they want is to serve Ohaneze, I'll be willing to accommodate them in the new structure. If unless there's another thing anybody is looking for, so I'll be willing to, because I know they are very patriotic people. They're gifted. I want them to bring their their endowments, their intellects, their well, to serve Igbos. I will use them. I will use them in the new assignments. And even in Nigeria, we have a lot of things, a lot of committees we are setting up. Once we have education committee now, we want to look at education. We have it committee on culture. We have committee on labor and skill. We have committee on agriculture. We have a lot of committees. We are going to put many people in diaspora. And you see, most of the committees will be having Zoom meetings. Because this time it's not a question of telling people to come back to Enugu or to Southeast for meeting. Most of the meetings will be, unless some certain for security reasons, most of the meeting will be by Zoom so that people, wherever they are, can attend the meeting. And so I want to thank you. And I want God to bless you. Thank you. Okay. And then finally, what I wanted to say too is I would like you, the thing about power or leadership. The leader is the weakest person in the chain. The worst leader is a leader who is arrogant to say, there's no victor, there's no vanquish. In this matter, there is no victor, there's no vanquish. It's your duty, Aqueen, to they may be having some feeling that they have lost. Assure them they have not lost anything. That everybody has won because there's anybody who wants to serve Igbo land. There is a lot of opportunity. I am going to do that. I'm going to do that. And even when I came here, I didn't refuse. They invited me and they gave me a reception. I think it was sometime on 22nd or thereabout. They gave me a reception. I didn't reject. I went. Some people could have said, but then I knew all this is. I went because I want to let them know that I don't have any previous notion about their position. So I attended there, I ate with them, I dined with them. But at the end of the day, a good leader must state the true position. So I want to say I am happy. And I want to thank elders like Igwe, like Ajudua, and others who are not here, who have been able to stand by the truth. In fact, I have even talked to some elders. You see, this elder from Imo State, Abaso, he talked very highly about Igwe. He said Igwe is the first person, according to him, or one of the people who was able to take Ohaneze to the various local governments. He told me that. So you could see, Abaso is my very good friend. He's my very good friend. I like him very much. He's from my state though, but he's a good person. So he told me that you are quite good. And he mentioned that these people were not in there. But we want everybody. You see, the more we are, the merrier. Thank you very much. I think I'll finish.